Tonight, the world's attention is fixed on the Middle East, as tensions between Israel and Iran reach a critical point. Israel has issued a direct threat against Iran's supreme leader after missile strikes from Iranian territory hit key Israeli sites. Jerusalem's response: all options are on the table, raising fears of a wider regional conflict. The international community scrambles to de-escalate, but rhetoric on both sides remains heated. The Israeli Prime Minister warns of overwhelming retaliation if Tehran strikes again, sending shockwaves through global markets. The UN Security Council calls for restraint, but years of shadow warfare have now erupted into open hostility. Iran claims its actions are justified, vowing to defend its sovereignty. Military assets are on high alert across the region, as the world braces for what comes next. Meanwhile, other global stories are unfolding, from policy shifts in the Pacific to protests in Latin America. In Brussels, the EU has agreed to use profits from frozen Russian assets to fund Ukraine's defense and reconstruction, a move hailed as a show of solidarity. Across Latin America, protests erupt in Santiago and Bogotá, with citizens demanding reforms and economic justice. The unrest is largely peaceful but disrupts daily life, putting pressure on governments to respond. The US urges diplomacy in the Middle East and stability in Latin America, balancing global crises with domestic pressures. In Canada, economic growth slows, sparking debate over government policy and the rising cost of living. These developments are shaping political landscapes across continents. The world's focus shifts quickly as new challenges emerge. In Africa, Nigeria's economic reforms spark both hope and hardship, while South Africa faces political gridlock and persistent energy shortages. President Tinubu's policies aim to stabilize Nigeria's economy, but inflation and subsidy cuts test public patience. South Africa's coalition talks and rolling blackouts threaten economic recovery. In the Pacific, New Zealand suspends aid to the Cook Islands over governance concerns, prompting urgent talks. The aid halt could impact the Cook Islands' budget and public services. Meanwhile, Australia deepens military ties with Fiji and Papua New Guinea, countering rival influence in the region. These moves highlight the Pacific's growing strategic importance. Global alliances and rivalries are shifting rapidly. Tensions persist on the Korean peninsula as North Korea launches more missiles, drawing swift condemnation from neighbors, and the US, Seoul and Washington reaffirm their defense partnership, keeping the region on edge. In China, a new 5-year plan aims for tech self-sufficiency, with massive investment in semiconductors, and AI. ASEAN leaders meet in Jakarta to boost regional trade and digital commerce, seeking resilience amid global uncertainty. India celebrates a successful satellite launch, reinforcing its status in the global space race. The satellite will aid agriculture, disaster management, and urban planning. Asia's economic and technological ambitions are reshaping the global landscape. The pace of change across Asia is relentless. The art world is abuzz after a lost Rembrandt painting is authenticated in Amsterdam, set for public exhibition. In sports, a young sprinter's upset win at the European Championships shakes up Olympic predictions. Silicon Valley unveils a breakthrough AI model for real-time nuanced language translation, promising to revolutionize global communication. As June 19, 2025 unfolds, the world faces conflict, innovation, and transformation on every continent. From missile strikes to technological leaps, our interconnected world is in constant flux. The only certainty: tomorrow brings new challenges and opportunities. We'll be here to cover it all.